Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Conversations with Mother. As always, I am one of your hosts, Blake Smith, and with me is Michelle, aka Mother. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm a little tired.
A little tired. I think it's been a rough week. I think everybody's had a little bit of a rough week, from what I'm understanding. So, talking with circle of friends and family members and chosen family, I think everybody's had a little bit of a tough week. So,
is Mercury in Gatorade again?
Is Mercury in the microwave dancing around with Uranus somewhere?
Totally.
I don't know. We should probably look into that.
It is. It totally is Mercury.
Mercury. Yes, absolutely.
It's absolutely retrograde.
As you can see, we've had our coffee.
Not enough.
But so we're going to jump into today's episode. And I feel like today's episode starts with a very simple question that is maybe not simple at all. So have you ever realized you did not actually know what you wanted because you had spent so long figuring out what everyone else needed from you?
Oh, I have no idea what that feels like.
None whatsoever.
But that is the question, right? And I think it sounds super quiet at first, but it opens this huge door because a lot of us can answer what people want very quickly. And we know what will keep the peace, what will make someone proud, what we have to do to avoid the argument. And we know what version of ourselves gets the least amount of pushback from others. And we know how to walk into a room and sense who needs us to be a softer, funnier, quieter, stronger, smaller, more agreeable, less emotional, less complicated version of ourselves. And then somebody asks, okay, but what do you want? And the whole system freezes.
It's like that little spinning wheel on the computer that just is the circle of death.
But just buffering in the middle of your own life.
Just please wait while your preferences load.
And then sometimes they don't load.
Yeah.
Because we were never given that space to exist, right? So I feel like that's where we'll start today. And so not with like a definition, not with like this huge clinical explanation of it, just with the superhuman experience of realizing I know how to become what the room needs, but I'm not always sure how to be myself in that room.
Well, and that feels like where this episode lives, because we've been talking about like systems for a few episodes now. Family systems, rupture, repair, boundaries, access, all of that. But today is more like, okay, what did all of that do to us? A lot.
Right. And we've talked about all of those systems around us. And today we're going to take a look at like who we are, ourselves in that system individually, the self that we had to become, the version of us that learned how to survive in the room that we were in. And I think this matters before we move into conversation about anything else, because before a lot of us got to become ourselves, we had to become something else first.
Yeah.
And we had to become acceptable, useful, quiet, funny, strong, straight, or straight enough, at least so that
passing.
Nobody questions. Some of us had to become easy and low maintenance, and we had to become the one who didn't need anything, or the one who kept things from becoming a whole thing.
And somehow it still became a whole thing.
Always become a whole thing. That's the great scam of pretending, right?
Terrible customer service.
Deeply. But we also have to be gentle here, because those versions of us were not fake. They were trying.
Yeah.
They were paying attention. They were surviving. They were doing what they had to do with the safety, support, language, and options that they had at the time.
Well, and that feels different than saying I was fake. Fake sounds like you were lying. You know, surviving sounds like you're responding to something.
Exactly. And like, that's the heart of this, right? So what if the version of you that you judge the most was actually the version of you that got you through everything? And what if healing is not about hating that version of yourself? What if healing is being able to say, hey, thank you for getting me here, but you don't have to carry everything anymore. That's the self we had to become that deserves that self that we had to become. That self deserves softness and tenderness, not a life sentence.
I love that. Not a life sentence. God, for real. So I like that you're not calling it fake, though, or I like that we are not calling it fake, I guess you say, because I think once people start doing the self work, there can be this temptation to look back and be like, oh my God, was any of that even me?
Oops. Right? And so that's where shame comes in. And now we're judging ourselves for surviving incorrectly, which is superhuman of us, honestly, but because we'll turn anything into a grading system if unsupervised.
Humans, me in particular, do love a rubric.
We do, even for emotional survival. And we'll use any kind of measurement besides the metric system. You know, fruit, trucks, buses, football fields.
Football fields. Oh my God, it's so true. Like the equivalent of 24 elephants.
Right? I don't know. Why do we do that? It's like when you're having a baby and it's like, it's the size of a lemon right now. Am I pregnant with food?
I mean, I have a food baby every now.
I know, me too.
Anywho.
I know. I digress. But when we talk about the self that we had to become right in those systems, I'm not talking about like some manufactured version of us that needs to be like thrown away.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the version of us that learned the rules and the expectations and the systems that we were in. And those are the versions that figured out, if I do this, it gets me love, or it gets me punished, or if I do this, it keeps the peace, or if I do this, people are proud of me. If I do this, somebody might leave. If I do this, I could get ignored, and that doesn't feel good. Or if I do this, wow, everybody's paying attention to me. And there's these parts, like it's like, this part of me is safe, this part of me isn't. That's not fake. That's adaptation.
It's like emotional note-taking.
Right? And some of us became very good students. Those hyper empaths, right? We're like, oh, we're psychic. No, that's trauma.
That's trauma. That's trauma. I mean, some of us are.
Right? Yeah.
That's trauma.
No, that's trauma. We learned those facial expressions.
Yes.
We learned the tone changes. We learned when to stop talking or when to make a joke. And we learned when to become useful in a situation. We learned when to disappear. And we learned when to say, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Even when we were absolutely not fine.
The classic, I'm fine, said by a person who is spiritually in a ditch.
Completely in a ditch. Fully decorated, that ditch. We got comfortable, and now that ditch has throw pillows.
And a little lamp.
A little lamp, maybe a candle. But I think that's why, like, this conversation needs warmth, right?
Yeah.
Because we're in that ditch. And I don't want to look back at that version of ourselves that survived and treat them like they failed. Yes. That version was probably tired, scared, quiet, totally over-functioning, over-explaining. We love to do that.
Yep.
People-pleasing. We were always pretending it's fine. Making jokes at the worst possible time. We're talking about something serious. Or we were becoming the person everybody could rely on. But that version was trying to get us through.
Well, and that feels kinder, because sometimes when people start growing, they want to evict every old version of themselves.
Yeah, like, you're the problem. Get out.
It's very reality TV.
God. Very. A paternity test may be involved. But I don't think healing works that way.
No.
We don't heal by shaming the part of us that survived. We heal by understanding what that part was protecting. And if you became the funny one because sadness made people uncomfortable, that wasn't fake, that was protection. And then if you became the responsible one because nobody else was steady and nobody else did the things that need to be done, that wasn't fake. That was survival. If you became easygoing because having needs created conflict, that wasn't fake. That was your nervous system trying to keep the connection safe. And if you performed being straight, which is really hard sometimes, those gender roles, what you were in the religion that you were in, we pretend to be perfect, the strength, politeness, or just being fine because that was the cost of belonging. That doesn't mean that you were lying. It means that the system had rules, and some of those rules were really expensive.
Rules were expensive. That one sits heavy.
It is heavy.
Were expensive.
Because sometimes the price was your voice, your anger, your rest. Sometimes it was your sexuality, and sometimes it was even your health. And that ability to know what you actually wanted because you were so busy being what everyone else needed. That costs a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's the part I keep coming back to. How do you know what you want if you were trained to scan for what everyone else needed first?
I don't know. What do you want?
I mean, I know what I want.
Not that.
Sorry. Yes.
I know. But sometimes we don't know at first, right? Like we can tell this the super surface stuff. But when we go deeper, we don't know. And I think that's where we have to be so super careful so we don't rush people into like, oh, I'm certain this is what I want.
Yeah.
Because if you've spent years asking what will keep this from becoming a problem, it can feel really strange to ask, what would actually feel true for me? What do I actually want? That's a whole different language.
Yeah. It's like being handed a menu in a restaurant where you have only ever ordered for everyone else.
Yes, and everyone is waiting.
And you panic order the safest thing.
The emotional chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Reliable, predictable, not the point.
Exactly. Makes me think of Tyler at the drive-thru. Like everybody's shouting orders. And he's like,
When we go
hot chocolate.
Yeah, when we go pick up coffee or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I got a large my chocolate mocha for the back seat.
Yes.
As he's trying to order another drink.
That's how it is. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah.
And when you're used to adapting, your own wants can feel really super hard to find, right? So you may know how to keep the room calm and keep people proud or avoid conflict. And you know how to become whatever version of yourself gets the least pushback. But knowing what feels true for you, that may take time.
Yeah.
And that's okay. We don't need certainty to begin. Sometimes curiosity is the first honest thing that we have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like after leaving my marriage and stuff, like I still don't know everything about myself, what I want and what I need. You know, I'm still learning those things. And I've been divorced for over a year and a half, going on 2 years now. So it's
I feel like it changes too. Like it was different 6 months ago than it is now.
Yeah. Trying to discover what it is that Blake needs, what Blake wants.
Right.
After being Blake and so for 14 years. Whoo. I've disappeared a lot.
Yeah.
So, but there's something in there about personality too, though. Like, because sometimes you don't even know you don't even know like who you are adapting. You just think this is who I am, which is where I got to. I'm like, this is who I am, which is not the case.
Right. And then sometimes people call what people call your personality is actually what you were doing for your own protection. Yeah. And then that's not even you. You're like, wait, that's not me. And it's not always, we're not always pathologizing. Is that a word? Pathologizing. There we go. Every little thing about ourselves. Sometimes you're funny because you're funny.
Right.
Sometimes you're organized because you like things organized. I like things organized.
Things organized.
Me too.
I like things. I used to color code my books.
Oh my God.
And closet.
I was just gonna say your clothes. Black, white.
I used to.
Red, yellow, green, blue.
You can imagine that 90% of it was black, right?
90?
95.
Okay, there we go. That's more like it. But, sometimes you're independent and you organize your own closet like that because it feels good to you. Yeah. And sometimes we ask, and it helps to be like, where did this start? Did this part of me grow from joy, or did it grow from necessity? Did I choose this, or did I learn it was safer than the alternative? I used to do that with my mother. My mother would come visit, and I would literally clean the room top to bottom, wiping the ceiling down, wiping the walls down, wiping every single part of the room, cleaning the vents, making sure we didn't have carpet, making sure the floor was spotless. She would have a dresser with her own personal snacks, her own personal, I would go get expensive bourbon for her. Right. So she had her own mini bar, and then she would come to the house and just almost expect it. And it's just I hated that.
Yeah.
Fuck you. What do you mean you're allergic to cats, but you're sitting out in the rest of the house and you're fine? Yeah. Why am I doing this? Because I was conditioned to.
Yep.
That is that version of me who did things to keep things quiet, to be the one that didn't get talked about at the dinner table. But I still got talked about at the dinner table.
Talked about. Who gives a crap? But anyway, that's, I know where mine comes from with the organization. Is thanks, Grandma, for having me up at 6 a.m. every Saturday morning as a kid, deep cleaning the house, right? Vacuum by 7.
Yeah.
So I know where mine comes from, but you look at things and you're you look at those things and you go am I actually chill, or did it just learn not to have needs? Exactly. If you're a chill person, type thing.
Right. And then we look in the mirror. And we're like, am I actually independent, or did I learn that needing people was unsafe? Am I actually easygoing, or did I learn that disagreement cost me connection? Am I actually responsible, or did I learn that everything fell apart when I didn't manage it? Am I actually private in the mirror? We're just sitting there in the mirror. Am I actually private? Or did I learn that being known gave people more to use against me?
I would like to really file a complaint against this goddamn mirror.
I know. The mirror's unavailable, but it did leave a comment card.
Of course it did. God.
Fill this out. But that's why curiosity matters, right? More than judgment. Because if we ask, what's wrong with me? I'm already standing in shame.
Yeah.
We have enough of that. Fuck shame. I could go sit in the back of the classroom. But if I ask, what did I learn to do because it made sense at the time? Now I have somewhere to go. Shame asks, why are you like this? And compassion asks, what happened that made this make sense?
It feels like one of those lines you don't answer right away, though. You just kind of carry it around for a bit.
Yep, put it in that purse.
And carry it around.
Put it on your shoulder.
I like a nice little purse clutch.
And I think that's okay, right? Not every question needs to be answered immediately.
Right.
Some questions need to sit in the purse or on the table with us for a little while. And maybe that's one of them. What part of me did I once think was just my personality, but might actually be the map of what was safe in that moment?
Well, it feels like it's connected to the systems theory too, because family or a culture or religion can almost assign a character to you. Here you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yours. Yep. And that role can become kind of a mythology in a family. Everybody knows who the responsible one is, who the dramatic one is. We're both, right? Who the difficult one is. Oh, that's me.
I was not the difficult one.
Who the successful one is. Who the problem is. You know what? The successful one is the problem. It's kind of funny in my family.
Yeah?
Yeah, the successful one is the problem. And then I'm the helper. Who's the helper? And then who was allowed to fall apart? I wasn't. If I fell apart, the whole system would fall apart.
Nobody in my family was allowed to fall apart.
Right.
Don't show those emotions.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
You got to hold it together.
Yeah.
And then when someone stops playing that assigned character role of you got to hold it together, everyone acts like the plot has completely collapsed.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it kind of has.
It did.
When you say
It did.
that.
But it needs to collapse, right? Usually, sometimes.
It's bad writing. It's too many unresolved family, subplots,
Yeah,
problems,
yeah.
whatever.
And zero character development.
Yeah.
So a system teaches you who you are allowed to be before you even realize that you're being taught how to be that. And when you depend on that system for belonging, like safety, money, housing, community, approval, or love, you learn super fast what gets praised and what gets punished. And you learn what can be talked about and it goes right under that rug, and we pretend, or we put it in the basement and we go,
It's haunted again.
Yep, it's haunted again. But then you learn whether your body like belongs to you or if your identity is even safe. And you learn whether honesty creates connection or it creates danger. Who's going to use that against me? And then little by little, you begin arranging yourself around the rules of the family.
Arranging yourself, I like that. It's like moving like the furniture around, which I used to do a lot. Your own personality, so like everyone else can just like walk through comfortably.
Right. And then,
excuse me,
like us, we become very good at it. That room looks badass and
an
very organized.
It's an immaculate cleaner.
And survival looks super impressive from the outside. It can
Right.
look like achievement, or we're dependable, or we like to make everybody laugh, or we're the one that's calm all the time, even keeled, or we're the low maintenance one. It can look like being the person that everyone calls because you always know what to do. And people may praise you for the exact thing that is fucking exhausting you.
Yeah. That's a terrible reward system.
It's like getting a trophy for slowly disappearing.
Yes. So true. Like, congratulations, you've been voted most convenient. I think I was voted most likely to hit a raccoon. I think. I can't remember. I have to find my senior yearbook.
Oh, tell me you grew up in the country without telling me you grew up in the country.
Yep. Amen to that. Absolutely.
Right? Oh, God.
Good old East Texas.
Oh, my goodness. But the problem is that system where we're going to hit the raccoon, we never ask, like, is this costing you anything?
Yeah.
It may only ask, are you still available who we need you to be? And I want to say this like super clearly, right? It doesn't mean every person in the system is sitting around like plotting your demise. Systems can be harmful even when individuals inside them are not consciously trying to hurt anybody, but the impact still matters. And if belonging required you to abandon yourself, that's not belonging. That's performance.
A system can love your role and still not know you.
Right. Yeah. A system can love your role and still not know you.
This makes me think about where people go when the role gets too heavy. Not always physically, but mentally, emotionally, creatively.
Oh, God. And this is where checking out, disassociation, that's where that comes in.
Yeah.
But I don't want checking out to become like this, the whole episode, right? Because we could do a whole episode on disassociating.
I'm sure we will at some point.
Probably. We do it a lot. But checking out is one of the way that people survive when life has been too much for too long. Yeah. And some people hear like checking out and think of somebody being lazy, avoidant, disconnected, or refusing to deal with reality. And sometimes checking out is what we do because reality is so loud. It's too chaotic, it's too unsafe, and it's too demanding. And the nervous system is like, help, I need shelter.
Well, and I think that we do that checking out differently. Definitely.
We do.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, when life becomes too chaotic and too loud, I want to go somewhere quieter. I like to escape into books. Yes, leave me alone with my smut. Leave me alone with my K-dramas. Silence. Like, sometimes I'm just like sitting in a quiet room is just exactly what I need. It's that peace.
Yeah.
And not because I'm trying to like be dramatic about it, but because my body had already been living in way too much noise. And I needed something that didn't ask me to fix it, manage it, explain it, or survive it.
Yeah.
And there's something about that that feels really contained. Like, even if the story that I'm reading is really super intense and it has edges, real life did not always feel like it had edges, right?
Yeah.
So real life was messy, loud, and unpredictable. But a book, I can shut it. I can move away. I can pause my movie. And quiet can hold me for a minute without having to hold anybody else. And I could enter a whole other world where the chaos in that world was not mine to fix. And peace became necessary. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't selfish. It was just necessary.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for me, I think it's obviously creating work, making things, building things, organizing things. It's the control of my environment.
Mhm.
It's not always escaping the way that people think, but for me, it's like everything else feels very unpredictable.
Yep.
And so I can create this little corner of the world, to where I know what goes where. So that kind of control over my environment. I can make something. I can control the details when I create these things.
Yep.
When the environment and the world gets too unpredictable for me, I can turn that noise into something useful or finished or less chaotic,
Like a
if you
temple
will.
in Minecraft.
Like a temple in Minecraft.
That is fabulous.
That I spent like a week and a half now making.
Yeah, but like the first week and a half you do Minecraft and you're like, hello, I built this whole freaking world and it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's a 9-floor Japanese inspired temple. That is amazing.
It is amazing.
It's huge. But anyways, sorry. Yes, that's
but that makes
creativity
right.
is mine.
And that makes so much
yeah.
sense. You put you're practiced.
Yeah.
You put your whole self into that. And when the whole world feels like it's too big to hold, and sometimes we find one small place where we can say, this goes here, this makes sense, and I can do something with this. Your system finds comfort in creating that order, and mine finds comfort in stepping into smut that's not mine. And quiet.
Yeah.
I like the quiet, so I can hear myself think. Like, different doors, same need. We needed somewhere to go where we could just take a deep breath and breathe.
Yeah, that feels true. I think everybody probably has a version of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Some people dive into work, cleaning, into not doing anything, bed rotting. That's good.
Bed rotting, yeah.
Some people go into fantasy, into gaming. Some people go into like taking care of others before themselves. And some people go into humor. I'm just gonna be funny. It's easier to be funny. And some people go into like being useful, making themselves useful in a situation. And some people stay busy enough that they never have to hear that quiet. Mm-hmm. And some people become so good at being needed that they never have to ask what they need. And there's no shame in any of that. The question is not, why did you check out? It's, what were you trying to survive in that moment?
Well, that changes the whole tone of it.
It does. Because now we're not judging the coping, right? We're trying to understand what the coping protected. And then gently we can ask another question. Is this coping healthy? Is this giving me rest, or is this where I disappear from myself?
That feels like the line. Is this giving me rest, or is this where I disappear from myself? Okay. Yeah. Building a 9-floor Japanese temple in Minecraft?
I didn't say it, you did. And And books can become rest.
Yeah.
Or they can be rest, but I can also be hiding from things.
Yeah.
I'm in my book. Because I see the whole thing in my head. I'm like, disappear into it. And work for some people can be creativity, and it can also be avoidance. And quiet can be healing, but it can also become super isolating.
Yeah.
And control can be grounding, and it can also become this cage. And the behavior is not always the whole story. The question is, what is the relationship that we have with it?
That makes it feel less like this coping skill is healthy, this one not so much.
Right. So we're not sorting coping skills into tiny baskets of moral judgment.
We have tiny baskets now with our tiny purses.
I know. They're so cute. And they multiply when they're unsupervised. But maybe that's what we carry around in the purse this week. Where do I go when life is too much? And what does that place give me that real life hasn't been giving me enough of?
Well, and this is where it gets complicated because the role may have worked for a while. Coping strategy may have helped. The adaptation may have protected you, and it may have made life manageable. And then at some point, it starts to all feel too small.
Yeah. And that's that super tender part of growth, right? Because it doesn't always arrive with this clear announcement. You may not wake up one morning and say, today I've outgrown my survival adaptation. Please update me and the household accordingly.
That would be extremely efficient.
Super efficient. Highly improbable we're not computers.
No, not yet.
Hopefully never. But that's scary though. To think about.
Yeah, it is.
That's what they're doing with the AI data centers. We're all going to become computers.
You never know.
Just update me on all the languages.
Be able to speak to anybody.
Right?
Yeah.
But what usually happens, when we don't receive those types of downloads, it shows up in those quieter ways first. Sneaky little shitty quiet ways. We start to become super exhausted, and then we start resenting.
Yeah.
Then we start having that anxiety, and we feel super disconnected or even restless. We start to feel like the life we built technically works, but something in you can't take the full, deep, cleansing breath. Maybe you're still the responsible one, but now you're angry that everyone expects you to hold it. Maybe you're still the easy one, but now your body is tired of swallowing every single no. Or maybe you're still the funny one, but now you want people to notice when you're actually hurting. And maybe you're still performing straightness, gender roles, or an identity that made everybody comfortable, but now something honest in you is getting louder.
I like that phrasing. Something honest is getting louder.
Thank you. I think it's often what authenticity feels like at first. It feels loud.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not. It's not always that lightning bolt of bah, this is who you are. Sometimes it's that little whisper in the back, right? And it keeps coming back. And it's kind of uncomfortable. Sometimes it's envy, watching somebody else be something where you're like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could be that just openly and out. Sometimes it's longing. It's longing for something totally different than what you have. And sometimes it's noticing that our body and our nervous system relaxes around certain people and tenses around others.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's realizing, I feel like myself over here, and I don't know what to do with that yet.
Well, that kind of connects to where we're going with sexuality and identity.
Very much.
Kind of in the grand scheme of things.
Right. Because when we talk about authenticity, I don't want to make it sound like there's only one perfect, shiny version of the self buried under everything. I don't think we work that way. I don't think healing means we like dig deep enough and eventually we find the official answer key.
I would like the answer key though.
I know. You probably want it laminated too, don't you?
Color coded.
Oh my God, obviously. But identity is not that easy.
Yeah.
We've all learned that, right? So we're not easy. We're living, we learn, we change, we get safer. We meet new parts of ourselves in the most random of times.
Yeah.
We understand old feelings in very new ways. And so when I say authenticity, I don't mean saying whatever comes to mind. And I don't mean locking yourself into one final version of who you are. We're constantly changing and evolving in who we are. I'm talking about that slow work of letting your inner life and your outer life recognize each other. That's all. It's not perfect. It's not all at once. And it's not for anyone's approval. Just little by little, letting yourself and your life become more honest.
Well, that feels important because people get really weird about change.
Change is uncomfortable. People often want identity to be a receipt. Like, you said this word in 2017, so please continue presenting the same way for the rest of your life so I can feel organized.
It's very customer service desk of them.
Right? And we're not accepting returns on human complexity.
Store credit only.
Oh, yeah, barely. But truly, like, nothing about identity has to be frozen forever just because you use the word once in your life.
Yeah.
A label can give us language, 100%. A label can give us community. A label can help us stop feeling invisible. And a label should also not become another place where we have to perform. Changing doesn't mean that you lied. It means you kept listening to yourself. It means we allowed ourselves to keep becoming. And our sexuality, our gender, our needs, our boundaries, our desires, our relationships, our spirituality.
Yeah.
And just any sense of who we are as ourselves, we allowed it to keep unfolding. And that doesn't mean we are confused in a bad way. It means we're alive. And that, when we think about it, it's like the question of what is that version of me that once helped me survive? But now it feels so small. I can't live inside that version of myself anymore. There's so much more.
I want to take just a moment and address some of the comments that we have because first off, Tyler says I'm the best at ordering at a drive-thru, which I definitely don't agree. No, I'm just kidding. He is really good. And then Casey, glad that we're hitting on what you were thinking. But Peter said it would be nice to be able to pull out the bad code, though. It would.
But we're not computers, Peter.
Yeah, we're not computers, number one. But I also think that I think if we could just info dump that bad code, and to me that doesn't do anything for you as a person because I see it as like an easy way out.
It is an easy way out, but that's also therapy.
Yeah.
So in the session, right? So I don't give opinion. I don't have opinions. I sit, I listen. I'm a totally different person in session. Like, I talk a lot, and in session I'm just like, yeah. And then you tell me, so you dump that info code, right? So like that code, you're giving it to me, you're info dumping to me. And I'm taking that code and I'm going, oh yeah. So what you're saying is this. And you're like, oh shit, I wrote that code wrong. Let me fix that. Like, that was beneficial at the time, but let me fix that because right now it doesn't suit my purpose. It is not who I am becoming. So yeah.
It's like having a bug.
Yeah.
Like in the code. It's like having a bug in the code.
And I don't know anything about it.
Well, I know, I'm doing coding. Like that's what I'm working towards, certifications and stuff. So like this makes total sense to me. It's like you start with very generic learning how to write, and you have a lot of fuck ups, a lot of bugs throughout the whole process of starting. And so you have to go back and you have to improve your code more and more and more to make it run better, or to make it run, number one, to make it run more efficient, to make it run cleaner, faster, quicker. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense when you're taking out this bad code.
Are we computers?
Well, I don't know.
That's scary.
I know, right?
Oh shit! Wait.
But it actually makes a lot of sense. So thanks, Peter, for throwing out
kidding. Thanks for that conversation.
The code, because that actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it. If you're a coder, you understand writing code and bugs and fixing the bugs. You have to rewrite the code.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you're doing. Huh. Interesting. Well, this feels like where we start turning toward what comes next, though, because if we can see the roles and the conditioning, we can start asking who we are without the system deciding that for us.
Right. And that question can feel very freeing and terrifying at the same time. And now I'm like, wow, therapy. It really actually does help. Helps you rewrite your code. Because we've spent all these years adapting to what other people wanted or what they needed from us, and listening to yourself can feel unfamiliar.
Yeah.
And you may not know what you like, and you may not know what you want, and you might not know what feels good or what feels safe or what feels true or what feels like yours. And I think we have to start small, not with who am I for the rest of my life. That's too much pressure.
That question needs to calm the fuck down.
Right? It really does. Oh, God. We don't need that much recoding.
Yeah.
But maybe we start with, do I actually like this? Do I want to say yes, or am I just afraid to say no? Do I feel calm here, or do I just feel managed? Do I feel seen, or do I feel useful? And the hardest part is like, do I feel loved, or do I feel approved of because I'm performing exactly how you want me to?
Loved versus approved of. That's a big one. Yeah, that's a big one.
And approval often says, I like it when you fit this role. Love, real love, it has way more room. It says, I want to know who you actually are, even when it challenges the things I expected from you. And a lot of us are grieving that difference.
Well, because it's sometimes you realize you were not fully known. You were well managed.
Yeah. And that grief is real.
Yeah.
Realizing that people liked that edited version of who you were, that hurts deeply. Because that edited version worked so hard. It kept the peace. It made the calls. It showed up. It remembered the birthdays. It swallowed the truth. It became readable, acceptable, convenient. And then our true self starts asking, would they still love me if I stopped being convenient?
That's a scary question.
It is.
That's a real scary question.
And it's bigger than individual families, right?
Yeah.
It's because not every person gets the same permission to be honest. Some people are taught really early that their body, their love, their gender, their anger, their softness, their needs, or their joy will be judged before it's even understood. And some people learn that being visible and being who they are, it's dangerous. And they learn that telling the truth costs them belonging in whatever place that they're in, whether it's their family or a relationship. And then sometimes we can also learn that our humanity has to be explained before it's respected. So we cannot tell people, just be yourself, without asking ourselves, what system punished them for being themselves in the first place. And we can't tell people to be visible with asking whether visibility is safe. If you have to stay in that closet, stay there. I'm here.
I'll guard the door.
Yeah,
till you're ready. Absolutely.
And we can't tell people to speak up without asking what happened the last time they told the truth. We can't tell people to love themselves with asking who taught them that they were hard to love.
Well, that makes authenticity feel less like a self-help slogan.
Authenticity is personal, but it's not only personal, it's relational, right? It's cultural, I want to say it can be political, but dude, it's always political.
Yeah.
Especially now. And it can be spiritual, and it can be the act of reclaiming the parts of us in the system that tried to edit it out. And it doesn't always start loudly. Sometimes authenticity starts as a private honesty. It's this tiny moment where you sit down and you think, I don't think this version of me fits me anymore. I don't feel comfortable in this. I need something different. I don't really feel like myself anymore. This is uncomfortable. And I'm not ready to say this out loud, but I can't unsee it.
And it feels very connected to coming out for some of us.
Yes, it is. Because sometimes coming out begins long before anybody else hears those words. And sometimes it does start with that private moment where you stop arguing with your own knowing, right? Maybe we ask the question of, where am I still living as the edited version of myself? And what would feel more honest, even if I'm not ready to say it out loud yet?
Those are some good questions, but like when you come back, like I want to talk for a second when you have that in mind about like coming back, because we've talked about the self we've had to become, the places we go to survive, the roles that get too small, the parts of us that start asking to be known. What did it feel like to come back to yourself without shame?
Oh, shame.
Shame. Shame's a hard one.
Shame's a bitch.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Shame's a dick.
Shame's a dick. Yeah.
But what does that feel like? I think for me, it feels settled. Like I still live in shame. It's still a part of the system that I grew up in, right? Like it's hard to let that go. It's hard to let shame go. But when I do let shame go, I feel settled. Feet on the earth, roots in the ground. Like my anxiety's not driving the car anymore. She's in the fucking trunk. Oh wait, no, he's in the trunk again. Because okay. I wouldn't make myself feel anxious. It would be somebody else, and it probably would be a man. And he's in the trunk, duct tape over his mouth, hands and feet tied. But it feels right. But it feels like being able to return to myself without all the things that made me go away in the first place. Yeah. And not returning to that same chaos and not returning to that same pressure and not returning to that same demand to perform. Who says I need to perform? Fix it, explain it, manage it, or even just disappear. Just shut the fuck up. Go away.
Fuck off.
Yes. But that's what it feels like when I'm not thinking about all that stuff. It feels like peace. It feels like actual peace. Like I'm here. I'm in this space. And it's that kind of peace where your body isn't waiting for the next thing to happen.
Oh, that I would agree with that. I feel very settled as well. It's not, you're not having to monitor the room every 4 seconds to figure out when the next shoe is going to drop.
God, that anticipation.
That anticipation. Anticipatory anxiety is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
She's a bitch.
I don't know. He's a bitch.
Yeah, true. Very true.
No, maybe she's a bitch too. They're a bitch. We don't know what it is.
We don't know. We haven't decided yet.
Yes, fuck anxiety.
Anyways, yeah, not having to monitor that room every 4 seconds.
Right. And when we don't have to monitor the room and we don't have to soften every truth before it leaves our mouth. And we don't have to translate ourselves into something smaller. And we don't have to earn rest by being useful first. Coming back to yourself isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's just realizing you're breathing normally.
That is so simple, but it is so huge that
just breathing normally. We're not like chesty. We're not like,
yeah,
and it doesn't mean we're like all of a sudden everything's finished. And it doesn't mean we don't get triggered or, like I like to say, activated. It doesn't mean we never check out or we never have to do the things that we need to do to cope. It doesn't mean that we don't avoid things or fall back into old roles. It means we notice it sooner and we can return with less shame. It means we can finally say to ourselves, okay, I know this. This is the part of me that learned to survive. And instead of hating that part, we can thank that part and be like, thanks for helping me survive, And then we can say, what do you need now?
It feels and sounds gentler than trying to destroy this old version of yourself.
Right? And we're not trying to destroy that version that saved us. We're trying to stop that version of ourselves carry everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. And that's good. I mean, that survival self you had to form and grow to get you where you are today. So it's a good thing of not destroying the old version of yourself.
Right, because it was probably necessary at the time.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's probably tired.
Absolutely.
And it needs to be thanked and not like handed the keys forever. Here, you take care of everything.
The survival self needs a nap.
Doesn't it? A real one with the phone like on silent or actually turned off.
And no one's standing in the doorway asking, are you sleeping?
Oh my God, seriously. Can you not hear me snoring? Jeez. That never happens with 4 kids ever.
No, never. We like to do it to our animals.
I do. Are you sleeping?
Are you sleeping?
Only because they annoy us when we're trying to sleep.
I know. So like Gabby will be on the bed. I have a 5.5 pound Pomeranian, if you didn't know, or me and my partner do. And she'll be curled up. She's just getting it with her sleep. And I'm like, Gabby, you sleeping? And she's like, looks at me and I'm like, well, go back to sleep. I learned it from Tyler, okay?
Yes. Well, because hours earlier, you were trying to rest, and she's like, yep.
Yep, the whole time.
And so when she's sleeping, we're like, hey, you sleeping? And we do that with Bear.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So
right. But really.
I love our animals.
Oh, we love we do. We love our animals. Come on. If
Yeah.
we didn't give them shit, we wouldn't love them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Same with people. If we don't give you shit, we don't like you.
Yeah. But anyways, back to what we were saying. But really.
Shame. It always comes back to shame, doesn't it? Right?
Yes.
So like with coming back without that shame of like, I'm going to erase that whole part of you. Or me, I'm going to erase that part of me.
Yeah.
We can honor the adaptations that we're making without making them our only identity. So we can say like, this helped me survive. And I'm allowed to ask, what else is possible? And that's the gateway. The goal is not to become like completely healed. I don't even know what that means.
If anybody tells you they're completely healed, they're a damn liar.
Yeah, they're a liar because we're humans.
Yeah.
We're always evolving.
Yeah.
We're learning, we're unlearning, we're becoming, we're remembering, we're changing. Even in our sexuality, our relationships, and spirituality, and our own needs. Like everything changes all the time. There's sometimes we are in a system where we've been conditioned to do a lot of things that we don't even understand. And when somebody points it out, hopefully we take that opportunity to not get activated and be like, oh, I should probably change that.
No.
Because we're allowed to keep becoming.
Yeah. Well, that feels important because so many people sometimes they treat change like betrayal. Like
it's so weird to me. Like the concept now is just so weird to me.
You changed.
You changed. Yeah, girl.
And they say it like
I
betrayal.
did.
Like, yeah, I did.
For the better.
Yeah.
Why are you still the same? Brenda. Sorry. I don't even know who Brenda is. Carol. We're just making shit up. But changing doesn't always mean that you betrayed who you were.
Yeah.
And I think that says a lot when it's somebody else that's like, you changed. Sometimes changing means that you finally had enough safety to tell yourself the truth. And maybe the question is not, why am I different now? It's what became possible when I stopped trying to be what you wanted me to be in order to survive.
That's good. Well, as we wrap this up, this feels like a bridge between where we've been and where we're going. We started with systems, and now we're talking about that self inside the system. And so we're going to be moving forward on that a bit more.
And, you know, like we talked about it, like family systems helped us see the patterns. My brain sees everything in systems, right? So
patterns and systems.
Patterns and systems. And so when family systems helped us see the patterns, rupture helped us name where that pattern caused harm. Repair helped us ask what accountability and return can look like. And boundaries helped us access what's healthy and what self-abandonment has been costing us. And now we're asking, who did we become inside those systems, and who are we becoming now and forever? Because healing isn't about finding one final version of yourself and staying there forever. It's about learning to notice when you're performing for the system, when you're protecting an old wound, when you're hiding to stay safe, and when something more honest is asking to come forward. It's realizing that the self you built in order to survive is not fake. It's PPE, it's protective gear. It's useful in a crisis, exhausting as an everyday outfit.
Yeah, it's like wearing a winter coat indoor, you know, for a year or all year long, or however you want to say it.
Right, gross. Sometimes somebody has to say, baby, you are sweating. You can take that off now.
And then the person in the room is like, but what if there's weather?
I know, we're like preparing for it, right? Because there was weather before.
Yes.
And that's why we don't shame the coat. It served a purpose. We just start asking whether we still need to wear it when it's 100 degrees in the room.
Well, so to understand, for me to understand, and for our listeners, viewers to understand, the work is not to hate ourselves for surviving. The work is to ask what safety, support, boundaries, community, honesty, and love might make possible now. Who gets to come forward when we're no longer only trying to survive? What truth gets louder when we stop performing? What desire gets named? What identity starts making sense? And what part of us was waiting for enough safety to finally say, bitch, I'm here.
Right. You summed it up perfectly, right? Like that's the whole package. And next time we're going to talk about what happened when some of those honest parts started having names. Gay, bi, queer, fluid, questioning. And it's not always about like sexuality. It's just about like, who are you as a person? I'm not just mom. I'm an actual person. I'm a being. I'm a sensual being.
I don't know. I hear mom a lot.
I know. We put the whole podcast around it.
Conversations with mother.
But maybe words that we had, right? Maybe the words we didn't have yet. And maybe words we tried on and we're like, that doesn't work. We'll change that. We're going to talk about coming out to ourselves. And we're all freaking queer in this house, okay? Except for Matthew. We don't know. We don't know.
Damn.
No way to just call him out, right?
Live on the air.
We don't know about that one yet. But it's not all about just like being queer. It's really like, who are we as a person?
Yeah.
Because sometimes being that person doesn't start with a big announcement. It starts with a quiet little voice inside of you saying, when you're ready, I need you to know something.
Yeah. I think that's an important distinction. Is it's not all about sexuality.
Mhm.
This coming out, this term coming out. When we say coming out, it's the new version. It's the updated version. It's
Yes.
the new code.
Yes.
It's however you want to say it. It's Blake point 2 or
We
something.
got the download.
Yeah, we have the download. So again, it's not all about sexuality. I like this idea of coming out as yourself. Again, is where we're going. Then maybe the first coming out is not to the whole world. Obviously,
Right.
maybe the first coming out is letting yourself stop pretending that you don't hear the voice.
Right.
'Cause, I mean, you do.
All right, so we're gonna go there next. That's where we're going.
I love it. I love it. This is going to be one of my favorite upcoming episodes
Yeah.
because I do like these. But we want to thank y'all for sitting at the table with us today. If this conversation resonated with you, we'd love to keep the conversation going. You can find Conversation with Mother on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify, along with clips, reflections, I burped, episode updates, and future conversations, live show. You can also follow along with House of Many Paths, which is the parent company that we are the podcast extension for more about the work, the people behind these conversations, and the community we're continuing to build together. And if you'd like to support the show, sharing episodes, leaving reviews, commenting, and engaging with the conversations genuinely helps more people find this space. So don't let them bully you, Matthew. Is the last comment that we got.
I'm not bullying him, I promise, Tasha. I tried. Okay. Sorry, Matthew. Anyway, you guys, thanks for sitting at the table with us today. Again, if this conversation brought up the version of you that had to survive, I hope you meet that version with gentleness. You're not broken. It's not a thing. You're not broken for adapting. You're not fake for becoming what kept you safe. And you're not wrong for outgrowing the role that once protected you. You don't need a final answer to begin listening to yourself. Curiosity is enough for today. However you love, however you heal, you're welcome here. From Mother's house to yours, be well. Bye.